Well, you know that company culture is important, that companies that have a remarkable culture have not only a competitive advantage that they can leverage in the marketplace, but a significant barrier to entry. But there's a couple of problems. The first problem is, what is culture? How do we define it? How do we know a good culture when we see it? And the second problem is, how do you know where your culture is strong and where it's weak? I'm proud to say that we have a tool that can help you see exactly that. So imagine that you could take a look at your culture. You could see exactly what parts of it are strong and why, and somehow find a way to leverage those strengths throughout your company. You can also hone into the parts that are not performing as well. I'm pleased to say that we have that tool available to not only show you your culture, but to guide your actions and take your entire company to the next level. So how can you get started? It's as simple as employees taking a short survey. We have a 5-minute version, a 10-minute version, and a 15-minute version of that survey. As you can imagine, the more time employees put into it, the better data we can show you. We then build a custom culture network map that is online and interactive. Explore dimensions like information flow, expertise sharing, shared values, trust, and energy. You can take a look at this, hone in on the parts of the culture that need work, and again, find the parts of your culture that are strong and you can leverage. Finally, we get together with you for a strategy session to envision the future of your culture and to find the very specific action steps to go between where you are and where you can go.
A large global organization wanted to examine the culture and work processes within the regional sales and support teams. Lantern was used to uncover critical patterns of interaction across different countries, foster conversations about culture change, and plan effective actions. The resulting maps revealed significant breakdowns in organizational structure, processes, and behaviors that were impacting business performance. To begin, the head office was acting as a hierarchical hub, severely impacting collaboration across countries. In follow-up interviews, leaders acknowledged this was having an impact on the ability to meet the needs of their regional and global clients. In addition, the region was significantly disconnected from the largest and fastest growing market. This country was acting like a black hole for resources and best practices. Lantern also revealed a low level of trust at the leadership level. This became one of the greatest cultural imperatives around the chain. Finally, Lantern identified individuals and groups that were positive change agents, bucking the overall trend of low collaboration and trust. The results were used to begin a dialogue around organizational change and to develop a culture change strategy. Specific actions were planned as part of this transformation, including changes to company structure, changes to leadership in some countries along with a shift in leadership style, identification of culture change champions, large-scale engagement around how to improve collaboration, and purposeful sharing of best practices. Let's take a look at another example. Here's a snapshot of a regional team at a well-known express logistics company. This Lantern map includes all 3,000 employees in this particular country, broken down by region. In the North region, the top leader is acting as a bottleneck for information and expertise sharing, underutilizing her team. After viewing this pattern, the leader made specific changes in how she managed her region, which included things such as adjusted performance metrics, best practice sharing, new decision-making processes, and changes to management structure. These actions allow this leader to remove herself somewhat from the day-to-day flow of activity and to enable her people more. 1 year later, the culture in the North region had changed dramatically. Lantern mapping showed that information flow and decision-making had become much flatter and key individuals had risen significantly in their influence. The top leader shifted from being an information bottleneck to a source of energy and trust. These results were followed by breakthroughs in employee engagement, customer satisfaction, and financial results.
Up until now, the best practice of measuring culture was a survey that gave you a few numbers, and that was useful. But imagine being able to see your culture with as much clarity as possible so that you can find the action steps that can take your culture to the next level, giving you and your company the ultimate competitive advantage.